Hello music fans, you're watching Death by Unicorn, where we talk about metal, rock, and prog music, and this is New Music Picks 2026. I'm going to talk about 3 albums that came out over the past week and give my quick first impressions of them, then I'll talk about them in my order of preference. This week though, they're all very similar in quality, so the order I talk about them here doesn't mean too much, but I'm going to start with Lalu and their album A Mythmaker's Demise. This is the 5th album by this French band. It's progressive rock. It's got some metal influences in it, and I'm putting this one in my very good tier. I love this band. I enjoy everything they do, so I expected this to be awesome as always. But I do prefer their first 3 albums over the sound that they have on their last 2, including this one. Their earlier stuff had some more metal edge to it. While this album does have some metal edge, it is a bit heavier than their 4th album, which I think is their softest. Um, it's still not as heavy as I was hoping for from them. And even though it's heavier than their last album, I think I actually still like their last album, their 4th album, better than this one. But the vocals here are strong as always. Flossed in Paradise has vocals that remind me of Queensryche and Iron Maiden, which is kind of a surprise to me coming from this band. But check it out if you want to hear the sounds of prog bands like Yes meeting some of the vocal intensity of bands like Queensryche, metal bands like Queensryche and Iron Maiden. Very good tier album. That sounds good to you. Check out A Mythmaker's Demise by Lalu. Next, I want to mention an EP called For John that was put up on Andy Edwards' Bandcamp. Andy Edwards is an excellent drummer from the UK, and this is an instrumental, experimental jazz fusion EP with some progressive rock influences, and I'm putting this in my very good tier as well. There's only 2 tracks here. One of them is 12 minutes long, and the other is 13 minutes and 45, so kind of an epic. And this is recorded as a musical tribute to John McLaughlin, and the performers here are Shannon Hanspel on guitar, Sonny Mohindra on tabla, and Andy Edwards on drums and samples. All very amazing performers here. I don't know how much of this is improvised, but he's been putting out a lot of music, so I'm thinking it's probably heavily improvised, a little bit drony and percussive kind of music. The first song is called Drone for John, and the second song is called Percussion Discussion. If that sounds good and you like this kind of instrumental, experimental jazz fusion, check out For John, Andy Edwards. And next I want to mention Future Palace and their album Resurgence. This is the 4th album by this German band. It's melodic metalcore with post-hardcore, electronic, alternative metal, and new metal influences. And I'm also putting this in my very good tier. This is female-fronted metalcore, solid vocals, solid instrumentals, solid production. And I found the whole album enjoyable, very good, like all their other albums that I've heard. I don't think I've heard every album from this band. I think I might have heard their most recent 3 out of their 4, though. And just great catchy vocal hooks and production. I personally prefer metalcore that's a bit more on the progressive side, though. This one's a bit more straightforward. It's kind of more normal, radio rock listener friendly for my taste. Though it's still pretty heavy. It has harsh vocal breakdowns thrown in from time to time. But if you want to hear just some catchy, well-performed female-fronted metalcore with some good harsh vocal breakdowns from time to time, check this one out. It's catchy, it's cool. It's Resurgence by Future Palace. And that's it for my first impressions on these 3 albums that came out over the last week. What do you think of these? Let me know down in the comments. And did anything else come out recently that you think I might enjoy? Also let me know. And if you like metal, rock, and prog music, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button so you can stay in the loop when I post new videos. My next video in this series will be getting into August, and I'll be talking about my first impressions of new releases coming out on August 7th. New music from a deluxe edition of Woodcut from Big Big Train, and new music from Cancer Bats, Papangu, The Bardic Depths, Xandria, and Electric Callboy. Looking forward to hearing all those. So stay tuned for that, and peace out.